Welcome to the Effortless English Show with the world's #1 English teacher, AJ Hogue, where AJ's more than 40 million students worldwide finally learn English once and for all, without the boring textbooks, classrooms, and grammar drills. Here's AJ with a quick piece to help you learn to speak fluent English effortlessly.
Hi, I am AJ Hogue, author of Effortless English. Learn to speak English like a native. You must join my VIP program today at effortlessenglishclub.com, effortlessenglishclub.com. Oh, got a baby crying in the background. He's hungry. Mama's going to feed him in a minute. Don't worry. Welcome. Our topic today, crisis survival. Continuing to talk about surviving a crisis, any crisis, the current economic crisis, all of that. And today we're going to be talking about being resilient. I'll discuss this word, resilient. It's a nice word in English. Resilient. Being tough and being quick. These important aspects to surviving really any crisis, I'd say, but especially an economic crisis or any large challenge. These abilities, these characteristics are very important. Yeah, it's my boy crying. He's hungry. Mama's making him food right now. He'll have some food in a minute. Don't worry. By the way, thank you to VIP members who joined our teleseminar. We had a very enjoyable VIP teleseminar. Got to talk Vladislav, who's here today, right now. We got to chat a little bit, and Fernanda, who's often with us from Brazil. Talked to her. I think she was the first one that I talked to, and then several other people, many other VIP members got to talk. It was great, and I think it was Vladislav had a nice suggestion that I should try doing maybe each month, or every 6 weeks, whatever, but do them at different times, so different people with different schedules, in different locations, can join those VIP member chats, voice chats. It's a good idea. I'll do that. So next time I'll do the voice chat for VIP members. I'll do it earlier in the day, like this time right now, or maybe even earlier, so that other people have a chance. And that way also, it's hard for everybody to talk because we have a lot of VIP members. But if we do different times, do them more often, it will be easier. So anyway, thank you. And if you want to join our voice chats, it's another reason to commit to be a VIP member. Be a VIP member. You can try it. Just try it. effortlessenglishclub.com. Go to effortlessenglishclub.com. effortlessenglishclub.com. All right, let's talk about crisis survival. Tough, resilient. Okay, here's a nice word, resilient. I like this word, resilient. It's a very nice word in English. Resilient means, it's an adjective. It's describing, usually we describe people as resilient. I guess you could use it to describe other things, but certainly people. And resilient means able to survive. It's kind of like survivability, right? And what it really means, if you think of it almost like the ability to bounce back, to come back from a problem, to come back from a failure, right? To not be destroyed completely, right? It's the ability to fall down and get up again, fall down and get up again, fail and then keep going. Like a good example of this would be Rocky, right? The Rocky movies about, boxing, right? Rocky, that character, he's very resilient, right? He's not the best boxer, right? He's not the most skillful, right? Usually he was fighting other men. The other men were better boxers, right? More skill. But what he had was he was resilient, right? He could get punched, but keep going anyway. He could be knocked down, and then he gets up again. He has a failure, but then he comes back, right? That character Rocky, super resilient. It's this ability to handle problems, failures, and difficulties and still survive, still keep going. It's a great quality to have, a very important quality to have, in fact. So this is something you need to develop because a lot of people don't have this, right? A lot of people, they have one problem and then they just quit. They have one failure, they're embarrassed, they don't try again. Many people, they don't even fail. They're just afraid of failing, so they never even try. They never even try. They just become afraid and do nothing. We talked about people who become paralyzed, who just won't take action. They don't move. Whereas that Rocky, again in Rocky, what does the character do? He's always moving. He keeps moving forward. He keeps attacking, even as he's getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit again and again and again. He keeps moving forward. Very resilient. It's a nice metaphor. It's a nice message. It's a nice image to have in your mind, is that Rocky character that, like the first movie, Apollo Creed is just hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, and he keeps getting up and moving forward. He doesn't sit back. He attacks. He never stops attacking, even though he's getting hit and damaged a lot. And so this is the mindset you need during a crisis. You've got to stop crying about it. You've got to stop listening to other people cry about it. You've got to stop worrying. You've got to stop being afraid. You've got to stop thinking about it too much. What you need to do is move forward aggressively and constantly. And again, if maybe you're going to have some problems, maybe you have a job, you lose your job. You don't cry about it. You don't stop moving. You just you get aggressive, move forward, right? And another aspect of this is to be quick. Keep taking action quickly. Speed will help you. Speed will help you a lot. Everyone else is slowing down. Everyone else becomes less decisive, right? They take a long time to make a decision. You do the opposite. You make faster and faster decisions. You move faster. You adapt faster. And you fail, and you get back up, and you keep moving. Aggressive, moving forward, faster. Resilient and fast. Resilient and quick. These traits, being resilient and being quick, will help you to have a great success during a very tough time, like right now. Because most people do the opposite. Most people slow down. They become more fearful. And if they have a failure or a problem, they stop trying. They become weaker. You become stronger. The more you get hit, the stronger you get. The more energized you get. The more you fail, the more passionate and excited you get. And this is true if you have your own business. This is also true if you're just trying to get jobs or keep your job or get better jobs or make more money. Now, as part of this being resilient, it's also important that you're intelligent, meaning that you create a situation, like Rocky. Let's say we'll keep using the Rocky example. It's a good example, right? Rocky, he didn't just go and start fighting, right? What did he do? He trained. He made his body and his mind very, very tough, very, very tough, right? He trained. He practiced and trained so that he could be hit again and again and keep going, right? It wasn't an accident. Not an accident. He trained hard, right? And so you've got to do this too. You've got to create the situation mentally for yourself and just the situation in your life that you can get hit and not die, right? You can get hit and still survive. So what does this mean? If we're talking about financially, we're talking about money, then you want to be in a strong position with your money, right? It means that If you lose your job, it doesn't matter. It's not such a big problem, right? So, of course, we have talked about already that one way to do this is to cut your expenses, live very, very, very simply, live very cheaply. When you do that, you're in a very strong position. If you lose your job, it's not so scary. If your business has problems, it's not so scary. Another thing you want to do is save lots and lots of cash. Cash, money you can get immediately, anytime, right? Cash in the bank, money in the bank. You want this as much as you can. The more you have saved, again, you will be more resilient. So let's imagine in savings, you want to think about savings in terms of time, right? It means when you look at your savings, how much money you have saved, think about like how many months can I survive using these savings? Right? It doesn't matter if it's $1 million or 10,000 or $100. That's not so important. What's important is how long can you survive? How long can you survive without a job, without income? If you have enough money to survive 1 year, 1 year without a job, 1 year with no income, that's pretty good. That's quite good, right? You're going to be very resilient, right? Very tough financially. If you lose a job, well, you have a whole year. You have 12 months to find a new one. Not so stressful, actually, right? It's not such a bad situation. I mean, 12 months from now, all this fake virus stuff will be finished. It'll be finished in November. So, no problem. Great. If you have 2 years, if you have enough money to survive 2 years, well, then now you're in a very, very strong position. If your business fails, if you lose your job, whatever. So really no pressure at all. You can find a new job in 2 years, right? You're probably confident 2 years is plenty of time to find a new job. In fact, you might actually enjoy it. You can take 6 months, have a 6-month vacation. You still have 18 months to find a new job. So 2 years of savings, you're in a fantastic situation. And you see the idea, right? What if you have 5 years of savings? You have enough money to survive for 5 years with no job, no income, right? Do you see how relaxed you would be? Can you imagine that? You'd be so relaxed. You lose your job. Do you care? Probably not. You might even be happy if you didn't like it. You could just survive. 5 years of income, right? That might be a lot of savings, but it's easier if you have low expenses. If you live super cheaply, it's easier to save enough money to live for 5 years. If you spend lots of money, it becomes quite difficult, right? If you're spending lots and lots and lots of money, it becomes tough. 5 years is kind of hard. And then finally, the highest level, what if you have enough money? If you have enough money to survive the rest of your life, you and your family, you never need to work again. You have enough money, enough savings that you can live, you can buy food, pay your rent, right? Everything. And you can survive the rest of your life. You never need to work again. You might choose to work for enjoyment or for extra money, but you don't need it to survive. That's what Robert Kiyosaki called financial freedom, right? That situation. It's also your money or your life. We did that book club, your money or your life. Same idea, right? When you reach that point, you have enough savings or enough investment. Now you can live the rest of your life and never work again. You never have to work again. Then almost all of your money stress disappears. You become very, very, very resilient financially, right? If you lose a job, you just laugh. You don't care, right? Doesn't matter. That's a great, great, great position to be in. I've actually, that's more important than having a big house. That's more important than having a nice car. That's more important than a new phone or anything like that, is having that financial freedom, zero financial stress, zero money stress. Much, much, much more important. I had to make this choice just recently. I talked about my wife and I, we were thinking of buying a house, building a house, actually a new house. But after looking at all the money and how much the cost, we decided not to do it. We decided to stay in our tiny apartment. Because in living in our tiny apartment, we're financially free. We're financially free. Completely free. Rest of our lives. If we spend a lot of money on a house, well, then it's more stressful. It's just not worth it. I'd rather live in a tiny place and be free. And I recommend for you too, because then you can relax. Okay? So there's no need to panic during this time. Just be smart. Take faster actions. Cut your expenses and save money as much as you can. This is a great time, actually. This is a very, very great time. It's not going to last forever. It's not. I mean, the virus thing is completely fake anyway, but the financial part also. I think we're already seeing signs that in many parts of the world, even the economy is going to come back. But maybe we're looking at 6 months or 1 year of tough time. So use this 6 months, use this next year to get stronger and tougher financially, stronger and tougher mentally, and you will have a big advantage over everyone else. During this next year, you could be much stronger. 1 year from now, next year, next summer in the north, next summer, you could be in great shape, in a great situation financially. Even if right now you're worried, even if right now it's tough. Just think 1 year ahead and fight during this next year. And then 1 year from now, you can be in a very good position. That's what you need to think about. Focus on that. Focus on that. Let everybody else panic and be afraid and about stupid stuff. You focus on that. During this next year, you're going to get stronger and tougher. And 12 months from now, you're going to be very, very, very strong financially. And you're going to have much, 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 much less stress about money. Focus on that. It will energize you. You'll have more energy, more enthusiasm. You'll be in good shape, we say. In good shape, meaning in a good position. All right, we'll go to some quick comments, and then we'll finish the show. A little bit shorter today. Naima says, you're talking about younger. What about adults, 50 to 55 years old? I'm 52. What about it? I'm not talking same. It doesn't matter, any age. Okay, let's see. Funda says, AJ, what you're recommending I did when I was 16 years old. Good for you, Funda. That's great. I bought a house, and for the last 16 years, I worked my job planting green food, vegetables, and now I'm 53. So I was thinking ahead. You're a smart 16-year-old, It took me a lot longer to figure that out. So good for you, Funda. That's really great. Age doesn't matter. Very young people can do this. Older people can do this. It's not about age. It's about your mentality and your actions. Ilana Khan with a nice Francis Bacon quote. Ilana says, money is a good servant, but a bad master. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice quote. Money is a good servant, but a bad master. Right. You want to be the master of money so that it's serving you, it's helping you. When you become a slave to money because of stress or greed, you will be very unhappy. Yeah, well said. Please do not spam my comments. Put a comment one time. That's enough. Okay, Asma says, taking time to learn and save money to make your business is good. Or is that wasting your time? No, it's good. Learn and save money. Yes, Learn and save money. If you're planning to start a business, yeah. If you need a business, if you need money to start your business, then yeah, it's a good idea. Learn, save, save, save. Very good. Okay. Sarah says, you're right, AJ. My husband and I spent a lot of money to build our house. We have no money now. That's the situation I wanted to avoid. Because if I spend a lot of money on that, we're not going to spend all our money on the house, but no loans. So if I just spend a lot of money to build this house, well, then our savings are low, our investments are low. Suddenly, we're not as financially strong as we were before. Then I'm going to have more financial stress. It doesn't make sense. If I make a bunch more money, maybe we'll do it. But right now, I'm financially free for the rest of my life. So why change that? That's a very nice position to be in. And I'd rather live more simply and have that freedom. I recommend that to most people. Most people don't do that, but I think it's a better choice. Okay, it's interesting. Graywell says, I got very depressed from my first business. Then I thought clearly. I found I had a DSLR camera, a nice camera, and now my photography business is going well. Great. So see, there's someone, I don't know what your first business was, but they tried a first business. This is resilient. This is Satbir Graywell. So they tried a first business. They got depressed about it. I'm guessing it was not successful, right? So what did they do? They just cry about it forever? No. What this person did is they thought, well, maybe I can do something else. They realized they have a nice camera. Maybe they're had a photography hobby or something or some skill. So they made a change. They tried a different business, photography, and now that business is going well, right? They adapted, they changed, they kept going. This person kept going, and now successful. That's exactly what you have to do, right? Make quick decisions, make changes when you need to, but don't quit. Keep going, keep going, keep going, and eventually you get that success. That's a great example. Nicely done. Congratulations to you. Really good. Ryan says, I tried to cut off my credit card, but because it's convenient to record all my spending, I don't know how to get rid of it. Well, just pay it every month. I have a credit card, but you have to pay the whole balance every single month, right? So there's no interest. If you pay it every month, there's no interest. They only charge interest after the first month. So you have to pay the entire thing. Or get rid of it and just use cash. So what? It's a little inconvenient. So what? You don't need it. So either you pay the balance completely every single month. That's okay. Then you're not borrowing. Or just stop using it and let it be inconvenient. How much money do I need to be financially free, says Payam? Enough to survive the rest of your life without working. So it depends how much you spend, right? Now, so, let's say you have $1 million and you invest it. Nowadays, I don't know. If you invest safely, I don't know what safe means, but it's more as safe as possible. You maybe get 3%, let's say. You can get more. Some people can get more, but let's say 3%. So your $1 million, you would make $30,000 every year. You could probably live on that. I mean, I could. You're financially free then, right? You're making enough from your savings, from your investments to survive, have a nice life. You never, ever need a job again. You're financially free. Maybe you need less than that. Maybe $500,000's enough. 15,000 every year. Maybe that's enough for you to survive. Maybe you can survive on even less than that. Or some people need more because they spend more. So you get the idea. It's measured in time. Like, can you survive the rest of your life without working? That's how much you need. So you have to figure that out yourself. Obviously, if you spend less, it's easier. So that's why you got to spend less. Vladislav says, at one point I had a credit card. It had almost 2 months without interest, but I forgot to pay it off in time. I decided to get rid of the card. There you go. That's a perfect example. Right. I have mine automatically set to pay the full balance every month. It's automatic, so I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to remember it. So I never pay interest on a credit card. But you can get a debit card, actually. Was it Vong? Just get a debit card. It's linked to your bank account. It's not a credit card, so there's no interest. When you charge something, they take it directly from your bank account, right? But it still has the little symbol for the credit card. You can use it like a credit card. Just get a debit card. So you have all the convenience, but no interest. That's another thing you can do. So good. Vladislav, he found out. He's like, oh, well, I forgot. I had to pay some interest, so he just got rid of it. That's discipline. Good job. Great. Abington says, I would like to enter the stock exchange investment. Stocks. Okay, what would you think about this investment? Having said, I have zero knowledge. Should I learn about this before investing? Yes. Yes. Absolutely, you need to learn about it. Excuse me. Get Tony Robbins' book about it. It's called Money by Tony Robbins. Money by Tony Robbins. That's a good book about investing for normal people like you, like me, right? People who don't know a lot about the stock market, people who are not professional investors. That's a good book for people like us. Be careful. Don't just invest all your money in stocks without knowing what you're doing. Even if you know what you're doing, don't put all your money in stocks. Olga says you can buy old houses from old people cheaply in Japan in the countryside because Russian people do it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it is possible. We've thought about it. Maybe buying an old house in the country in Japan. We might do that. It's a terrible investment, though. So those Russian people, if they're trying to do it as an investment, they're really making a bad choice. They're not going to get their money back. So I wonder why they do it, actually. Why are the Russian people doing that? Because if they're not residents, if they can't live here, if they think they're investing there, it's a terrible investment. But if you plan to live in the house, yeah, maybe. We are thinking about that. You can get some houses quite cheaply that are quite old, like a 40-year-old house or something. We'll see. We'll see. Sunil says, you do a great job filling people positively. I got energized. Thank you. Thanks, Sunil. Ariel Rubil says, here in Brazil, we don't have financial education in regular schools. How is it in America? It's the same in America. Nobody learns about money in America. They're clueless. The teachers don't know, so there's no way they could teach it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Ali Jalali says, Money, Master the Game. Yes, that's the name of the book. Money, Master the Game by Tony Robbins. Howdy, good to see you again. Says, losing your job is not the end of the world. You can find another job. Exactly. I know it's a default for some people to find jobs in this crisis, but you must be active, and eventually you will. Right? Exactly. Oh, cool. Sarah says, I learned to save money from you. We spent all of it on our house. Now we're trying to save again. That's fine. Just you already did it, so it's done. Now just try to save money. Save, save, save. Okay, cool. Tanvo says, I use the Money Lover app to track every penny I spend every day. That is very good. By doing this, I know exactly what kind of expense should I cut to save money. Excellent. Good advice. Good advice, Tan. That's a very good practice. Tracking everything you spend is a very, very good thing to do. Good for you. Good example. Nikesh Takuri says, what of people who are able in their business to earn money without trying to achieve a goal in order to succeed? I don't quite understand your question. If you could kind of write it in a different way a little bit. Try again, and I'll try to answer it. Joseph says, what state do you live in? Osaka. Japan, they call them prefectures. Abraham says, are you going to share the VIP teleseminar with us? Not with non-VIPs, only with the VIP members. Maybe I'll do another one and share it with everybody. Hussein says, does chasing money affect our spiritual life? What do you think? Yeah, if you become too greedy, if you focus on money too much, if you make it too important, then yes, it can hurt. And that's why, those 7 deadly sins we talked about, one was greed. For me, this is another reason to be financially free, so that you can stop thinking about it all the time. You're not stressed about it. Like I don't think about money all the time now. When I was broke, I would think about it a lot because I hated working. I hated my jobs. I didn't really care about money so much, but I cared about freedom, and I needed, and so it was a constant stress. And now it's not. I can think about other things. Manish says, I was a VIP member, but I couldn't attend. Don't worry, Manish, I'll do another one. You can attend next time, I hope. Carlo says, even if it's a generalization, again, very general, do you see a difference in resilience between Americans and Japanese? Good question. Yes, Japanese are more resilient. Americans are fat and lazy and weak in general. Not every American, but as a society, Japan is stronger. When he says, the virus is really fake, the people I blame are the media. They're making this big trouble. Yes, you're 100% correct. It's just a TV virus. Keep trying to think of a new name for it. The TV virus, the media virus. That's what we should call it, the media virus, because that's what it is. It's a media virus. When will the crisis end? After the American election. November 3rd. November 4th, it will end. Just watch. Are universities useful for business? Asks SRT. No. Not at all. Ryan Vong says, do you have any opinion about Bitcoin? I see most people have no trust about it, especially old generation. Not much opinion about it. It's a little too, I wouldn't put a lot of money into Bitcoin. If you have if you have extra money, just want to play around, you could do that. But that's all I would do. Sarah says, when will you do the VIP teleseminar again? I didn't have a chance to talk to you. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know soon. I'll tell you soon. Yang says, I'm going to live in a van so I can save money. Cool. That's a good idea. Enjoy it. Amundsen says the most resilient people are Haitians. I'm sure Haitians are much more resilient than Americans because, which people will you see if you look at countries, nations, people, which ones are most resilient? They're the ones who have had difficulty. They've had to deal with a lot of hard, tough situations. It makes them tougher. So Haiti has had a lot of problems and tough situations. So I have no doubt the Haitian people are actually quite tough compared to a lot of others. No doubt at all. That's why I think Russians are quite tough. If you just look at the history, all right, Eastern Europeans are tougher because more recently in their history, they had a hard times, and it made them stronger. Americans are weak because they're spoiled and they've had way too much easy life for too long, which is ending now, but it made them weak. They'll get stronger. Americans will get stronger. But they have to suffer for a while first. It'll, maybe 20 years from now, Americans may be tougher, but right now they're pretty weak. Nodutu Loa says, AJ, as you say, we can be happy through simplicity, get rid of unnecessary possessions. I think most people worry about what other people have. They compare themselves with others. Yes, you're very, 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 very well said. Very well said. They compare themselves with others. They compare themselves with others. That's what makes a prison for a lot of people. They're too worried about what other people have instead of just doing what's best for themselves. Well said. Excellent. Ali says Iranians are the most resilient. I'm sure Iranians are quite resilient. Olga says, today I listened to an old topic, Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. Part 5. Very interesting. You said that we must believe in ourselves, we can pray, and it helps us in difficult situations. Yeah, that's a good one right now. Go back and listen. We did a book club. So it's on YouTube. It's in my podcast about how to stop worrying. It's a book by Dale Carnegie. So we each chapter, we studied each chapter. He gives advice, each chapter, some advice, how to stop worrying and start living. That's a good book, actually. Buy the book and read it in English. It's not very difficult. Yeah, you could do that too. Jarmila, good to see you. It's at 3 a.m. there, I guess. Ooh. And Beverly Villalobos, listening and watching from Italy. Great. I really enjoyed your podcast on all topics. Thanks. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah, like Funda says, the person who suffers in the past becomes stronger and more intelligent. Right. If you learn from it, if you keep going, it makes you more resilient, right? You can become resilient by facing tough situations and keep going. Correct. Is there any treatment for coronavirus? Hydroxychloroquine, zinc, it's already out there. It's just a little bit, it's a flu, guys. People are afraid of getting the flu, right? It's a bad cold. It's nothing. Ali says, which is better, certification or degree? Neither. Real skill, real experience. That's what's important. Real ability to do something, not a paper. Paper's not important. Actually being good at what you do, that's what's important. If you're a teacher, it means you're good at teaching. You're good at helping other people achieve their goals, learn something. If you're a computer programmer, it means you write great programs, you're great code. It doesn't matter the paper. Dudu Scorpion says, I think people here enjoy your interviews, especially Acharya. Would be interesting to see you interview some of your VIP members. I'll do more interviews. It's just a little tough because I'm in a different part of the world. You mentioned Acharya. I'll be interviewing him next. Just trying to think of a schedule about one of his books, which is very interesting, called Dharma Manifesto. He'll be my next interview. When my sleep schedule, when the babies get a little more consistent with their sleep, whenever that is, I'll try to do more interviews again. But I was getting really tired trying to do interviews. It would always be like 4 a.m. for me, which just would kill I don't get much sleep right now. I get just enough. So if I really don't want to have to wake up extra early because the rest of the day I'm exhausted. So it'll happen again. I'll get back to it. But right now I'm kind of not doing so many interviews. Emerson Joseph says, if you waste your money or resources on things you don't need now, you'll have to sell what you actually need to survive in the future. It's a good way of thinking about it. Right. Don't waste what you have now. Don't waste it. Save it, save it, save it, save. Cut your expenses. But especially make fast decisions. Like this is the other part of it. Like some of you think about starting a business. Stop thinking and start doing. Stop thinking, start doing. Take action, faster. Faster decisions, faster action. Faster, speed. You need speed. Speed is better than perfection. A lot of people that think about a business, they're thinking perfect, and they become very slow. You want to do the opposite. Forget perfect. Take action quickly. Fast. Speed. Faster decisions. Fast. This is one of the few advantages you have as a small business, right? If you're compared to a big business, right? Compared to, let's say, Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft's a big business. They have a huge amount of money. They can advertise more. They can, everything is more and bigger compared to a small business. But a small business has one advantage, at least one, and that is speed. Microsoft, everything they do is slow. They're a bureaucracy. It takes them a long time to make changes. It takes them a long time to do something differently. It takes them a long time to learn. You can see this with all big companies. But a small company, an individual, you can make a decision today, and then tomorrow you can make a change, and the next day you can change again, and the next day you change again. You can learn and move forward very fast. You can adapt very quickly. You must use this advantage. It's one of the few advantages you have when you're small, so use it. Use it. Speed. Cool. Jamila says, yesterday I added a great important video about the virus on the media. I'm going to call it the media virus. About the media virus on Effortless English Gab. The Big Tree is called. And some doctors as guests. Listen to it. The COVID does not exist. I agree. It's a flu. It's just the flu season, guys. It's the regular flu season. It's a media virus. It's a mind virus. It's a virus it's in your mind, guys. And by don't exist, I mean coronaviruses exist. They're real. They cause a cold. They cause the flu. Oh, you might get a flu. Oh my God. So what? In Tamil Nadu, the state of India, yes, this is Vishnu. People are doing well, fasting for God. Yes, good. Good. Very good. Very good. All right, a couple more and then time to go. How are we doing on time? Yeah, about time to go. All right. It's a mind virus, says Yovis. What about Forex, foreign exchange? Be very careful. I wouldn't, it's maybe something to play with. I wouldn't try to get the book Money, Master the Game by Tony Robbins. It's the best approach I've found for normal, regular people, right? What do I mean by that for investing? Who's not normal? Not normal are professionals, people who spend many hours, many months, many years learning how to invest. Even they lose money often. And but if you're just a person who's trying to save money for your future and have some financial freedom, do not try to get into playing the stock market and making lots of money or foreign exchange or anything like that, because it's just gambling. You're just gambling. You're probably going to lose. So I think the nice thing about the Tony's book is that it's quite conservative way to invest. I mean, most conservative would just, you can be even more conservative, but I think for normal people, you're just trying to save. You just want to keep the money and maybe make a tiny amount from it, but that's enough. The main thing is to preserve it, to save it, so you don't lose it. That's the big thing. Robinson Menez says the president of Brazil says in the National that the virus was just a flu. He almost was impeached. I love that guy. Bolsonaro's awesome. He's right. I think he said masks are for homos. What a quote. He's right. He's telling the truth, guys. He's telling the truth. Listen to Mr. Bolsonaro. He's telling the truth. He knows. Trump knows too. It is just the flu. I think we're about done. Just looking back over comments, see if Hadi is this is a nice comment. I know some people who have 3 or even 4 jobs at one time. It's easy for them to find jobs even in tough situations. They can deal with the crisis easily. We can follow those people as a mentor and learn from them. It's a good point. There are a lot of people who like to do this. They'll work several part-time jobs, right? They find it more interesting, not do the same thing all the time, or it's also security. If you have 3 jobs, if you lose one, you still have the other 2. Maybe you don't want to do that. That's okay. But the main point that Hadi is saying is that these people are really good at getting jobs. They know how to get jobs. They're not stressed about it at all. So you can learn from them. See, what are they doing? How do they get jobs so easily? Good point. Oh, yeah, and finally, we'll end with our weight loss challenge. Good. Thank you, Jarmila, for reminding me. I'm slowly slimming down permanently. I hope I don't evaporate. Let's take a look. Let's end with an update on our weight loss. I'm just opening the website. I'm still at 76. We had a sick baby, and I went down below 76 kilograms, but I'm kind of going up and down around 76. So I'm not going to enter any more right now. I'm just going to keep my numbers at 76 for the moment. Okay, cool. Here we go. Let's show you the screen. This is kilograms lost. How many kilograms? So remember, we're trying to lose weight. We have number 1 and number 2. Rinky Das and Cleefy have both lost 6 kilograms. Nice. Pablo is at 5 kilograms lost. Excellent. Then Anis has lost 3 kilograms. AJ, that's me. I have lost 3. Jarmila has lost 3. Well done. Katarina has lost 3. Irena has lost 3. Mahidir has lost 2. And Sveta has lost 2. Excellent. Nice. So our top 2 people have lost 6 kilograms now. I'm at 3, maybe 3.5. I don't know. I'm kind of bouncing around right now, but I'll drop another one soon. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good job. Keep going. Exercising, moving, keep your body moving all day long if you can to be active. I'm going to do a whole show about this. It's connected to something that Cole Robinson's talking about recently. But I'll do it. Some people have a hard time understanding him. He talks fast and he yells and all that. So I'll kind of do a show connected to this, but about being active all day, right? Instead of just doing exercise a short time, try to be active, moving your body all day, that it gets you burning energy more. It'll help you lose weight. And then, of course, the other thing you do is fasting. So good job, everybody. Keep going. Keep losing weight. Get thin. Get healthy. Okay. I think that's it. Good job, Jamila. All right, that's all. Great. Lots of love to you all. It was good talking to you. I'll be back again next time. Stay active, and in terms of the media virus and the economic problems that it's causing, get tough, be resilient, and take action faster, make decisions faster, speed, and be tough. I'll see you next time. EffortlessEnglishClub.com. Bye for now.